Hello everyone, Man of Interest here with something interesting, a package that is tied up and wrapped in paper. I was actually sent, back in August or September, a board by Keyboard Bell. This is very late, sorry Bell, but thank you so much for sending this to me. And for this video I wanted to find out what I got. I actually still haven't opened this, so I'm going to find out what I got. 60% board. I want to build it up and we're going to see how well this keyboard is. It's a 3D printed board, so let's see what we have in front of me. Let's just undo this beautiful string and open up this package. Opening it up, we have what looks to be, ooh, this is fancy. Let's go through these things one by one. Keyboard Bell case. It even says my name right here, Man of Interest. I love this. This is a 3D printed case. I've had one of her cases before. She wanted me to look at this one because she said this is the best one she's done so far. And we're going to put that to the test. And my curiosity is this the best 3D printed case? I haven't seen many in our community. But let's find out. Let's build this up, and then I'm going to talk about it. So, I just finished putting together the Nouvelle 60, and I have some thoughts. Real quick, what did I put it together with? A polycarbonate plate, Cat Alpha keycaps, and Gatoron glow-in-the-dark linears that have been lubed. And you know what? It's not a bad build overall in my opinion. A build is very interesting though, because this build basically will revolve around this case. Just like anything that you get from Keyboard Bell, the case is what speaks to people more than anything else. And that's true with most all boards. So, the look of this case is extremely unique. And you know what? I like this uniqueness because you can really only establish a unique look like this at an affordable price through 3D printing. And while not everyone may like the look of 3D printing, and what I mean is when you go up close, there's a texture. You see all the lines of all the plastic being laid down. You see that it's not, a perfectly smooth like metal that's anodized or anything. It's laid down bit by bit plastic, layer by layer by layer. And you can see all the layers on the side when you feel it with your fingers or you look with your eye or really closely with a camera. I think that's unique. I like this technology because it allows us to do things like, give us nice big love handles on the sides here, give us this grill looking thing on the back. Very, very futuristic, retroistic, if you know what I mean. But that's kind of the theme that Bell's been going on with a lot of her cases. One thing I do want to talk about is this wedge in the back. So normally this board would be flat, but if you get the wedge, you get a bit of an angle and more height. This height actually brings up the board quite a bit, where most of the time I actually would maybe recommend using a wrist rest if you don't like putting your wrists up too high all the time. But with this extra height, actually adds to the look of this case without you seeing it. And that's because as it raises the case up and how the case is kind of designed, it kind of makes it look like the case is kind of floating there. And I like this futuristic look that it has going on for it in that regard. Something interesting though is keycap selection for a case like this is very important. Why? Well, I chose Cat Alpha, which isn't as tall as SA, but it's not a short keycap set by any stretch of the imagination. And look, it's almost completely eclipsed by the sides of this case. That's how tall the walls are. So anything that you put in will really feel like being slotted into a bigger tray, which I guess that makes sense because it is a tray mount. The USB port is very, very recessed in the back. So if you've got a cool little connector doohickey, you're not gonna see it, but it's gonna look very clean because all you're gonna see leaving this case is the cable. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I would say the lines underneath where it connects doesn't look the greatest, but it's on the bottom. You're not gonna see it. So not too bad. So how does this sound? Real quick, it sounds a bit like this. Has a solid sound, but a bit lighter, or a bit of an airy sound despite its solidness. And that's because, well, after all, plastic isn't that dense. It's not. But that's okay. I mean, it's 3D printed plastic. It's pretty inexpensive, to be perfectly honest. And you know what? I like this board for what it represents. It is a cheaper alternative to get a very unique looking case that you might not get otherwise. If this was around 3-4 years ago when 60% tray mounts were all the rage and people were struggling to get, you know, text cases for their 60%, the first round of the Fiel came out and 60% tray mounts were still a big thing for people, man, Bell would have absolutely killed it with designs like this and stuff. But it's today, and a lot of people today are more into aluminum, high profile, super fancy custom cases. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to revisit the basics of something like a tray mount and get a unique design for a pretty low price. So ultimately, would I get one of these with my own money, a Nouvelle? You know what, maybe as a travel board, because this is, you know, extremely light. I won't feel bad if something bad happens to it because they're pretty inexpensive because they're 3D printed. It'd be easy enough to request Bell to, you know, buy another one from Bell and have her 3D print. It's not like, you know, you feel bad when you ding up an aluminum keyboard. If I dinged up this, I wouldn't feel bad. And that'd make me very comfortable traveling with it, especially since, you know, it's super light. You can just handle this no problem, throw it in your bag. You can throw some lower keycaps on it, so then the sides would protect the keycap, so you don't have to worry about, you know, something possibly sharing a stem off. It's not too bad. I would get it just for that. And you know what? This isn't my first keyboard Bell case either. I've actually purchased a glow-in-the-dark case from her, which I like quite a bit, the Futurist 60. Now that I have this Nouvelle case, this is definitely going to be in my collection as a board I bring out every now and then, and maybe as a test bench board for 60% tray mount builds that I might do in the future. We will have to see. Ultimately, a look like this comes down to your personal preference. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the description down below. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This video is a bit different than normal. It was very off the cuff, no scripts, just me shooting some video and slapping it together. Let me know what you think about that. You know, links down below for all my other videos. I'll have more videos coming out pretty soon. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and thank you Bell for sending me this case. Everyone have an absolute wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, and night.